And we're back.
Yeah.
So,
Hello.
without further ado, whoever is going to see the princess can go and see the princess.
I mean,
Well, I'm going.
yes,
Well, I assume
Yeah.
we're heading as a group, going as a group,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Let's see why not.
unless somebody
I thought
has a
the
problem
princess-
with that.
No, I'd like to see the princess again.
So you you are given an audience. You are directed to her chambers. Knock on the door. She opens the door to you guys. Gone is her attempted peasant garb and blue robe, and she's now in a like a simple white dress. And she says, I was hoping I would see you again before I left.
Yeah, the magus thought you might.
He's a good man.
Definitely.
Please, come in. She leads you into her chambers. It looks like she is very much in the middle of packing. She's got an open chest on the floor with like a handful of clothes in it. Some travel things. She sort of sits down in the chair, offers for the rest of you to sit down, and says, it's not long to the monastery, but it'll be the first journey I've taken with my father for a long time, and I think it will be a good time to have a chat.
I hope he listens to you.
As do I.
I'm sorry that it hasn't turned out exactly how I promised.
It's okay. The more I think about it, the more I realize why it is that he's so hesitant to change everything.
Well, baby steps. Try to put in a little bit of a word again with the king. Your dad. But yeah, it looks like he might come around eventually.
On such a long journey, you don't want to exert yourself too quickly.
Yes. I think I'm beginning to see at least part of why I need to do this. And I want to thank you all for stopping me from going off on my own and running away from my responsibilities, because I thought it would be easier if I just upped and left and did things my own way, but if anything is going to change, I need to be behind that. And I can't do that from some peasant shack out in the middle of nowhere, right? I need to do it as the princess. And whilst it tears me apart that I can't do things the way I want to do them, I think I can put up with it long enough to start making some changes. Father has already agreed to some compromise. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but
It's a start.
it is a start. I will be able to see Edavan again. We have agreed that I will spend at least a month in my studies before I do so, but that may be enough to go on, I think.
I'm sure the wait will be worth it when you see him again.
She smiles and sort of says, "Yes, I think I'm going to miss him a lot."
What was the name of her handmaiden again?
The handmaiden is Alissard.
Yeah,
Yes.
Then Elizabeth will just say, and what about Elisa?
She won't be accompanying me, but I think perhaps she's at least had a taste of a vocation that might fit her a little better. She never really did fit into the standard mould of a handmaiden. She was as much my bodyguard as she was my assistant. But
A bodyguard who throws a rock at a person with a
Best.
sword.
Is
you can't fault her courage.
no, of course
No.
not.
That's more than a lot of other people would have done.
And to be honest, as she sort of gestures to herself, I don't exactly look as threatening as the others.
I think Eliza will find something that calls to her, whether that's here in the castle or somewhere else.
I'm sure she will. As I'm sure you will.
I think I'm already beginning to learn a few things. And she sort of she extends her hand and clicks the her thumb and index finger, and a single mote of light hovers above her hand, and she sort of catches it and then shakes it out, and it just extinguishes and says, "I've been trying a few, well, I guess you'd call them tricks."
Hey, magic's magic.
I don't know what use it is, but I'm learning something.
Yeah. And don't let anyone put you down for that. Magic is magic, regardless of how potent it is.
And everybody starts somewhere. We don't get to
Yeah.
where we are overnight.
Besides, no matter what it is, you'll find a use eventually.
Yeah. And
Just
besides,
taps my bag of holding
Yeah.
or about them.
yeah, regardless of how
Some may
unorthodox
call this
that
junk.
use may seem, me, I call them treasures.
Yeah, she smiles and says, "Thank you all. I think you've, if nothing else, you've all taught me that maybe I have a little bit more in me than I thought I did."
As I said before, stronger than you know. Your flight from the castle proves it, you know.
Indeed. And remember that there is always going to be a choice, even if it doesn't immediately seem that way. It's alright to push back sometimes. You don't have to. Don't feel like you're beholden to the rules that have been set for you.
Sometimes rules are bendable.
She smiles and sort of says, "Well, I did learn one important thing, and that's, as a chosen of Helm, I..." She chuckles. She says, "I actually, if I deem it important, have power enough that I can demand an audience with the king. So, if he won't listen to me as the daughter, perhaps he will listen to me in my new role, I guess.
Yeah.
Just make sure not to abuse it too much.
I'd rather I didn't have to.
You know, now that magic's on the brain, there's always something I wish I could teach you because it might prove, well, very useful.
What's that?
Just a quick spell for fixing up small breaks, tears, that kind of thing. If there was something broken, I would demonstrate, but you know.
Yeah, why
Can
not?
Arya
I'll
just rip her shirt a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Arya.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just flex hard enough that it breaks.
Yeah.
Flex hard enough. That's you.
Yeah.
No,
that's
Arya
it.
can do it too, it's fine.
I guess that works. And yeah, cast mending on the tear.
I mean, I guess Arya does pull a bow that apparently shoots up to 300 meters. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
300
Still
feet.
pretty strong.
300 feet. She has big arms.
So yeah,
Big arm.
quickly cast mending on it.
Princess Alissard sort of like smiles and
quick
says,
Yeah, lets you keep your favourite clothes for longer, I suppose.
I might give it a try. I'm not sure it's quite in my wheelhouse, but hey, who knows?
Maybe one day. Hell, maybe you'll go further.
I hope I will. Well, I must pack.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure like the clerics will teach you more about magic once the time comes.
Hopefully, maybe I'll have a thing or two to teach them.
That would be even better now.
Yes.
That's always fun.
Well, good luck on your adventures.
And good luck to you on yours.
Indeed. If you ever need us, you can call on the Amber Eagle. We'll be around.
Yep.
Thank you.
And don't let them tell you that you can't do something just because they don't like it.
And, I don't know, who knows? Maybe we could write.
I think I'd like that.
Keep the couriers busy.
Yeah,
Well.
I guess.
If there's one thing I'll have time for, it's definitely writing.
We'd love to hear from you.
Just keep in mind that we can be gone for, well, like months at a time, so there might be gaps in the letters.
I get the feeling waiting is going to be something I'm doing a lot of.
Well,
Unfortunate.
well, Elizabeth will sort of wave one of her new scrolls and be like, well, if, you know, we are, you know, going out and we need to let you know, then this might be able to help. If you care.
Perhaps.
It's a more direct form of communication.
I'm aware such a thing is possible. I've never seen it used.
Well, if you, well, like, oh yeah, if you considering you weren't really aware of it being used, well, if there is an emergency, the court wizard like can help you out with that message. Yeah, he is capable of that neat. That's right.
That spell.
Which well, actually might come in handy for other reasons too, besides us. But yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you will learn the ways of the court.
honestly, like, adhering to politeness and manners is probably harder than magic. Just putting that out there.
She smiles.
I still use the wrong fork.
But you had to get back to packing.
Yes, This has been a welcome distraction. Thank you.
Elizabeth will nod.
When I'm situated, I'll find the time to write you something.
I look forward to hearing from you then.
Okay.
Well, as I'm sure we all do.
And yeah, I guess with that, you guys depart. Are you guys headed back to the fort?
I assume so.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just refill little arrows and that kind of stuff before we leave, and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything, unless there's anything special that this place is known for that we should?
Not particularly.
I just assume that we can always come back if we have to.
So, you guys, I guess, take the 3-week travel back to the borders of Ivywood Market. Once again, well-travelled roads and experienced adventurers make for a fairly smooth travel.
Yeah. Elizabeth taking the gaps to write a letter.
Mm-hmm. And with that, I guess you find yourselves back at the
Keep.
back at the keep, where waiting for you guys in the hall are Vondal and names.
We have a list.
Yep, I'm trying to look it up. Vondal and Sodani.
Hooray!
Both of whom are rifling through a number of letters. Seeing you enter, Vondal turns around and says, "Ah, so you're back. How was
Yep.
it?"
Mission successful. Although there's a lot more than that, obviously. It's a long story.
Well, I look forward to the debrief. We've had some developments ourselves.
Like what?
Oh.
Oh. Well, turns out, when you build a place out in the middle of nowhere, you actually have to apply for a postal address.
Oh, so we've got like a backlog of post.
Let's just say I received a rather irate courier from Ivywood Market demanding to know why we were getting so backed up with mail and not picking it up. So I made the necessary arrangements with the mayor, and well, now we have our own address.
I mean, I can help you sort through those if you want.
I would appreciate the help. Most of it, I think, is administrative stuff that I need to take care of, but there do appear to be some personal letters as well.
Speaking of personal, we met some people who know you.
Interesting.
I've out of character. I've forgotten his name already.
Tobar.
Who's-
Tobar.
Yeah. Tobar's. Do you remember Tobar from Silvercrag?
Oh,
Really big.
Very big guy. Lumberjack.
Where?
I don't know if he'd know about that one.
well, no, I was just like looking at you quizzically. It's like I've met a lot of people in my time.
Oh. Well, they also mentioned. They also mentioned your old friend from there.
Old
Getting her
friend?
out of retirement.
Eliwick.
Yeah. Because there wasn't when we got there, there wasn't much of a guards posting.
Huh.
So when we brought up the fact they should probably have something, they thought about seeing if Eliwick would come out of retirement.
Surprised they managed to get her to retire in the first place. Wow. Small world.
Indeed. It's weirdly. Well, I suppose it is pretty small when you consider the different planes and stuff.
Figure of speech.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and with that, I think the the camera pans out of the window as Bondal starts handing out mail, and credits roll.
Credits roll.
Yep.
And then you get an achievement. Congrats, you defeated an army.
Yeah. Just before it fades to black, Elizabeth's just like, "Does anyone else smell burning?" And it's because fucking Scarlet's just slowly puffing away.
Charlotte doesn't breathe fire.
No, I know. I'm being silly.
Yeah, there is some mail for you guys, which I will place into handouts. But that is a thing for another time, as I think we've run rather long tonight, so I think all that remains is to thank everyone for watching, thank you all for playing, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.